After spending 10 days in Rajasthan, we came to Rishikesh with the primary goal of having a experience of being in a yoga ashram and studying meditation and yoga. And for the last week, that's what we've been doing, and it's been a very different and unique experience staying here. We're in the Tapovan area, and our ashram is very simple. Small room, no air conditioning, limited amount of hot water. But that has been part of the experience, which has been really neat. We've had some great yoga teachers.
It's the most yoga I've ever done. We did 2 classes a day for an hour and a half. We did 2 pranayama and meditation, which pranayama just means breathing. Or all these different breathings that you do that are good for your internal organs. And so we did that. We've been doing mantras and chanting. So about 6 hours a day, we've been really focused on yoga. And I've never felt so flexible. In downward dog, my heels almost touch the ground, like maybe this far. And when I lean forward, now I can touch my toes. It's been really interesting being here. Really good for the body and the mind. I really feel stronger at my core. We've had a really great meal here every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, vegetarian, organic food, and the mountains are behind us and the Ganges down below, and it's been fun meeting some really great people here who had some really insightful things to say and add and gave us some documentaries to watch. So I'm glad we came. I'm very excited to have had this time.
Yeah, we really got a chance to meet the teachers because after a week and about 5 hours a day they're with us. It's been really neat. We got to meet Vike, who is amazing at his asanas and his poses. He's only been doing it for 2 years, which is crazy. But yeah, he could do like the scorpion pose and headstand, handstand with such ease. It's been very inspiring. And also, every morning we've been going down to the Ganges River and watching sunset, which is only about 10 minutes away. And it's just beautiful down there. It's so peaceful and so quiet. And just the scenery here is very inspiring with the mountains and the river.
And the other day I was doing really well, and then we were on the side of the road walking, and a car came whizzing at us, and I took a step back to get out of the way, and I stepped into cow poopy. And it was like ankle deep, and it was like green. It got over both my shoes, and so I stomped all the way home, and I was like, cow poopy. But then I got here, and I had to wash my shoe, so I was washing my shoe down by the ashram. And then when I looked up, and a hornbill flew by, which is the bird I've been looking for everywhere. So my unicorn, my white whale, I'm so excited. This gray hornbill, Indian gray hornbill, flew by, and it just reminded me that sometimes you have to step into poop in order to see and experience joy.
Well, India, I think, is the first country where, when I first arrived here, I can kind of say that I was almost ready to leave some of the first few days. But now it is the final day of our visa in India, and it is probably the only country where I can say I really would like to stay longer, and I feel like there is so much more to explore here. Right now we're in the city of Mcleodganj, just this town that's kind of built into the side of the mountains where the Dalai Lama lives, with the whole Tibet government in exile. But getting here from Rishikesh was pretty much an adventure in itself. We drove for about 13 hours with these other 2 pretty hilarious Indian guys, Ramesh and Raju, and we were driving along the side of a mountain. There was wildflowers everywhere. We passed these little villages. It was really incredible. And when we got here, it really feels like we're in a different country. It doesn't feel like India at all. But we've had a lot of fun here. We've been here for about a week. We got to volunteer in an English place. We also got to hike to a waterfall, which was amazing, in this neighboring city of Bagsu. We found this really peaceful, tranquil rock, and we just kind of stayed there and looked at the birds, and it was just really pretty, and just being in the nature here in the northern part of India has been really great.
We are here in Mcleodganj, India, but it really feels like we're in Little Tibet. They call this place Little Lhasa. It is where the Tibetan government lives in exile. The Dalai Lama actually lives right where those clouds are. There's just a simple building and a monastery there, and many monks are there with them. But this is my favorite place we've been to in India so far. I feel safe here. There are monks everywhere. The people are smiling even though they live in exile. We volunteered at an English-speaking program, and I learned so much from those experiences. Really kind of makes me want to get back into some facet of teaching, whether it be tennis or sport or anything really. It was so great just to talk with these people about their lives and their cultures and all they've been through. Again, I'm blown away by the history here. I never knew the history of Tibet and what happened in 1959 and what they've been fighting for still. I've heard free Tibet before, but I've never actually truly understand what it meant, and so it's interesting to see it firsthand. It's something I will keep with me in my heart everywhere I go, I hope.
Another thing that I really enjoyed was we went to do this full day of wood carving, and it was something out of all the activities we could have done, that was one thing that I was really just kind of interested in. But we showed up at 9 o'clock, this place about 30-40 minutes away.
We're at the Norbulingka Institute and we're doing wood carving. I'm doing lotus. Adam is going to do the endless knot. Supposedly it takes all day and another day, so we'll see how it's supposed to turn out. It's supposed to look like this at the end. Don't judge. This is the beginning.
Spent the entire day learning how to carve a endless knot, it was called, in this wood. Jenny did a lotus flower. But yeah, we basically spent 8 hours apprenticing this master wood carver. And it was really fun to just have this big project and to spend the whole day working on this project. And in the end, we have these 2 pieces of wood that are really, really neat, and they kind of symbolize the Tibetan culture here. But yeah, it's the end of our trip to India, and we fly to Delhi tonight and then to Kathmandu tomorrow. So I'm ready for another adventure and hike in Nepal.
We listened to a couple Buddhist speakers, and though there are parts of Buddhism that I relate to a lot, about compassion and peace and peaceful ways and happiness and being happy inside, I feel like what we've taken is a little bit from each place we've gone, and what we've come up with is that we're all the same, and no matter where we go, all the people are humans, and we're all one.
What?
Yeah, go ahead.
Om Ma Ne Pe Me Hum Si.
And you say it, how does the mantra go when you say it?
Om Ma Ne Pe Me Hum. Om Ma Ne Pe Me Hum. Same, yeah.
Over and over. I love it, it's
This
beautiful.
Om Ma Ne Pe Me Se sing like this, and Om Ma Ne Pe Me Hum Si.